So
I've been thinking about just moving on. Fanny pack.
Dude, I
Please
used to
don't.
carry this big ass fanny
don't
pack.
say used to. You were just wearing it last week.
I'm wearing it right
And
now.
You were wearing
No,
that's
I had a
fair,
big ass
right?
one though. I had a big ass
Please
one.
stop wearing the fanny pack.
Fanny pack's a
It's a
vibe,
dad
dude.
pack.
But yeah, I can imagine. He left it over here. I looked in there. He's got like a pair of pliers in it.
Well,
That's
just in
for
case.
fishing. That's for fishing.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're on top of it.
You have so much random crap in that thing, dude.
I got like a big ass bag of aspirin in case
Oh.
I get captured behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny because it was a hot take video. We were like hyping these dudes up, and it was just showing Kyler like throwing incompletion. I was like, fuck. It's like, I mean, the U.S. Open that Bryson just won, he finished 6 under for 4 rounds of golf. He was 6 under, and that won.
He's a professional though. Like, but you guys are like
Yeah.
regular guys doing.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Disc golf is like just to scale. That shows how much easier it is.
Yeah.
on
Dude, like,
average.
Right.
I mean, they play way
You
longer.
never
Like they have
to worry
longer
about a
courses
lie
there. But
in disc golf. We need to go disc golf once.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll lie. Well, I don't need to lie anyway. I don't need to lie in regular golf.
no, he means like where your ball lies. You don't have to worry about it being
he's
shit
being
because you
stupid.
just pick up
being
and
He
good.
does lie all the time though in regular golf.
That's-
Like I golf with him and he'd be like 58. The next time I golf with him, he goes, "I just went out with Brady on Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
47. It was like 46. It was something ridiculous.
Dude.
Like I was on fire.
Dude, I like legit like there's probably only 2 games I ever had, and I remember that was the time when I was like, dude, went out with Brady and Tyler and just had a fucking day.
It happens, man. It
I
does
had
happen.
like I didn't double bogey like at all, like shit, weird shit like that.
Yeah.
Through 9,
I don't remember talking about Happy Gilmore. I'll say that.
clearly.
Well, I don't think that we did.
Well, it's because this is a
I at
fantasy
least
football
watched
podcast,
it.
not a golf / Happy Gilmore.
We
podcast.
did just talk about golf for a little bit though.
Harry
You're probably the only one.
Malachi, right? Malachi.
Malachi.
I don't
It's
even.
Malachi?
I don't even know if I spelled
Oh,
right.
yes.
Is that spelled right?
Malachi. Malachi
Are
Gordon.
you guys ready though?
Yeah,
I'm ready to
been
roll,
ready.
man. Let's do it.
I'm antsy right now.
You answer. You piped up?
Antsy.
Oh, we got basketball in the dock.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly, shooty.
Honestly, let's just like
Everybody gets an A+.
really quick grades and let's go. Like I'm done.
Really good. It's gonna take.
Well, hurry up.
This is
Answer
your
my
forecast.
Oh,
Ants in your pants.
Ants in your pants.
Ants in your forecast.
Michael
Well,
Penix.
whatever. Let's just get to the news first.
Yeah, we can hop right into the news, man. Well, it's been a week, so we got a few things, hopefully, that are qualified as news. We got T. Higgins signed his franchise tag. Going to stick with Cincinnati for another year. I guess we'll see how that plays out. I don't see him sticking there long term. What do you guys think?
I don't even see him really playing that much this year. I think it's going to be one of those. It's going to be AJ Green's last year there. Just
Well, yeah, that's the other thing about T. Higgins. I don't know if he's ever played a full season.
yeah, it's,
I don't know, I think-
I'm just waiting for the drama to happen.
I think good teams keep good players. I think the Bengals are a good team.
Yeah.
Recent days, but so yeah, I think they'll end up like doing something next year, move some cap around.
Yeah, that is true. The cap doesn't exist.
Yeah, it
I mean, look at the Eagles right now. I mean, it doesn't.
it doesn't. But like, why are teams like the Bengals not just giving them the contract where the Eagles are just being like bang
Cheap.
Yeah, so maybe I spoke too soon about them being a good team.
Well, you know who's not cheap right now? The New England Patriots, because they signed Ramondre Stevenson to a 4-year, $36 million extension with $17 million guaranteed after last year. That one kind of blew my mind.
That's a big
It was very similar in structure to the Josh Jacobs contract and the Tony Pollard contract and Joe Mixon, where they're longer term, but it looks like they could pretty much cut him for free after 2 years. So it's basically a 2-year extension,
yeah.
but he's still getting paid.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that. I mean,
out of Ramondre, yeah, because
Yeah.
like you would think like elite, really high tier, and he's a good running back.
Yeah, he is good.
I wouldn't
but yeah, I mean, people are already hyping up next year's draft class as having like 4 or 5 running backs that could be first round caliber talents.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with that, I didn't expect really any running backs to get contracts that are going to be free agents after this year.
Yeah.
But I mean, guys are locking them up right now.
I guess it's a new New England Patriots because I
Definitely
It
is.
is.
don't remember.
They definitely weren't going
having
to pay a running back.
Right.
Bill Belichick's not paying a running back. That's for
It's
sure.
a New England,
We got one more item on the news list today, and normally this wouldn't qualify as news, but because we brought up Brandon Ayuk's situation last week, just kind of touch on it.
Brandon Ayuk's situation right now is pretty hot. It's
It is
kind of
hot.
interesting,
Yeah,
so,
it is
cool.
interesting. So he requested a meeting with the 49ers, and they had their meeting today. And he came out and said that he feels personally slighted. Like he's taking the contract negotiations personal because, they just haven't given him what he wants right now. And apparently he's told them that he is willing to play for another team if they're not going to pay him and they're willing to trade him. Now, if they're willing to trade him or not has nothing to do with him. So I doubt that he gets traded right now. I think that they have no issues just slapping the tag on him again if they want to after this year. So we'll see, but it is a tricky situation.
I'm thinking it's a nothing burger. I really think it's a nothing burger. I think it's just a bunch of.
You think there's any hopium mixed in there? Like if you own Brandon Ayuk, you probably want him to stay in San Francisco, right? I think that's best for his value.
After the year he had last year, yeah. But I kind of agree. I think you just got to say it's nothing until something actually does happen.
I agree.
Again, negotiation tactics. So.
It's definitely something to monitor. I think if you can get Debo or Pearsall for the right price, then it might be an interesting thing to go in on because I like those players, even if Ayuk's still there for the next few years. But I don't think it's like, I need to trade Brandon Ayuk away or anything like that.
Like didn't just happen with Debo a couple years ago. Lamar Jackson, they had the contentious thing, and then the next thing you know,
it's all about leverage. Getting your leverage in the media, however you need to. Put pressure on the other side.
It's kind of ridiculous.
That's the game today.
It's kind of ridiculous that someone thinks that that's going to give them leverage. Though that's kind of crazy to me.
The thing is
professional sports. And,
But hey, I mean, here we are talking about it, right? It's like some fans are out there like, why haven't we paid Brandon Ayuk if you're a Niners fan, and you want him to stay? You're getting a little upset with management right now. So I can see that just putting a little kick on their doorstep, like maybe they get a few more comments on Twitter every time they post on their social media team now.
Yeah. Well, as a 49ers hater, I love it. Keep it going. I hope this is a downfall.
Right? That's all I got for news, man. That wraps up a slow week.
Yeah.
You forgot to mention the Ordinary Gentleman draft that we just did.
I mean, that's the biggest news we have, honestly.
We got two drafts. We got two leagues that the three of us are in together.
Yes, sir.
We did the Spudge League before. Now this is the first league we started.
Yep, it's OG.
OG, that's right.
I feel bad for the Spudge League because now I feel like we're excellent graders. We are pro graders.
We got this on lock.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say we're experienced.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
We're
we're ready.
hunting it in, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let's start with me because I had the first pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, did you have the first pick? Because it doesn't look like you did have the first pick. It looks like you had the sixth
Well, he
pick.
used to have the first pick.
Hmm.
Well, instead of saying you had the first pick, we can say Chad came in last.
I like that.
I don't like that. I was definitely. It sucks having the first pick.
It's tough.
No,
It's
it doesn't.
embarrassing. I think
okay.
so. I kind of wanted to trade it anyway.
It is
I
fun
wanted to get out of it. And
Yeah.
you gave me Baker Mayfield. And I've been watching hype videos of him. So
I love Baker. I will say that. As far as just energy, Baker's that guy. But
anyway, I ended up getting the 8th pick from him, which I turned into Jordan Brooks. Drake May was the 6th pick. Go next. Okay, so I started at 5:00. My quarterbacks was Stafford and
that's it.
not
basically.
even worth
Nobody worth mentioning in a 10-man league.
And now I got Drake May, I got Bo Nix, and I got Baker Mayfield, and along with Stafford. So
Yeah. I mean, that's a quick way to flip around your roster, honestly, if you can hit on a couple quarterbacks. I really like the Brooks value. 108 to like 205, especially in a 10-man league, it feels like you could pick almost anybody.
yeah,
But specifically in our league, I think Jonathan Brooks was the right pick. Like you want the running back value there. I think that's exactly what I would have done in that situation. And then getting guys like Leggett and Polk. I mean, Marshawn Lloyd is a great grab at 401. I love your draft. I'll come right out and just give you A-. That's what I mean. That's
tough. That's tough because that's kind of the realm where I was looking. I think the
That's a solid
biggest
draft.
reason is I really like Malachi Corley that late in the draft, and I said it before to these guys is that it's tough when you see Bo Nix in the first pick of the 2 or whatever, Xavier Leggett at 2, but this is a 10-man league, so it's really skewed compared to what we did with the
Right.
Spudge League. So, but yeah, as for all the guys, I know like almost I don't really know Marshawn Lloyd that well, but I know all these guys,
Right.
And so like I like a lot of these picks, and even after looking at everybody else's grade or everybody else's drafts, I do like it. So I'm gonna have to go A- as well.
Nice.
Unfortunately, because I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's tough to give Chad its props sometimes.
Yeah,
but-
absolutely.
It means a lot, though. It does.
Well, I'll give you an A-, but you're still gonna come, last, second to last.
Well,
I
what
can
would
win
you
the
what would you
draft.
grade yourself?
I mean, I can say B. Man. It's awkward.
Humble. Humble.
Yeah, stop. Okay, whatever. So you're really giving yourself a B?
B. Yeah, I'm just gonna give myself a
B-?
B minus. No,
Let's
yeah.
go B-.
Okay,
Just-
B minus.
Okay, B-.
Talk into it.
So number
All right.
2, we got
My-
McFresh's.
Okay, so I noticed there was some comments about the number 2 pick.
Yeah.
I know Jacob's not happy
I don't
about
like
it.
it.
Don't like it. So for me personally, in a 10-man league, I think that these 2 receivers should have been the first 2 picks, even if it is super flex. So especially with the quarterback room he already has, I think that was the right pick for just building going forward.
Yeah.
Especially, so not everybody has the same play style. Like he's not somebody who wants to actively make trades every week.
Yeah.
So unless you're going to draft Caleb and then try to trade one of your quarterbacks and build your team that way, I'm fine with just grabbing a guy who has top 15, top 20 upside like right away, pretty much. I really like Benson and Ben Sennett. Yeah, I mean, the first 4 rounds, I feel like he hit the nail on the head pretty well. And like you said earlier, it is tough in 10-man leagues to even know value-wise.
Well, he doesn't even need to be getting any credit for anything past that because he went on auto draft. So
Did he?
Yeah. So I'm going to knock the grade down a letter.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Acceptable here.
Neighbors and Benson for me. Now, I mean, those are 2 smashes. I would love to have that exact draft if I was in his shoes. So I'll knock him down a little bit. I'll go with just a solid B for the draft.
Yeah, I mean, the neighbor's pick, I was expecting him to. He was expecting to have Harrison.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were going with. I definitely told him I was going with Williams, and then I ended up trading it.
Ooh, you kind of screwed him.
I did, sort of.
Yeah.
But I think in the end he would have went with Neighbors anyway. But it would have been nice to get Caleb because I know that Joey was asking about trading for Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to see what you could get.
Well, Joey, if you're watching this, hit me up because I got him.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't like Neighbors at number 2. Yeah, I understand you don't need quarterbacks, so don't go Caleb. But honestly, I kind of see that as a position to trade back, especially when you can definitely tell you're going for a tight end. So I would imagine you're trying to get Brock Bowers. So just trade back to number 6 or whatever and get Brock Bowers. I do like Ben Sennett. I do like Jatavian Sanders. So yeah, you still got some talent there. You still got some good running backs, so I'm going to give him a little credit there. I don't like Neighbors because if you're in the position to rebuild, I don't like Malik Neighbors right now. He could really fall off with the Giants, so I don't really like it. I'm gonna still give some credit and give a B- because I do like his later picks with Trey Ben, like getting the running back, getting the tight end, and a flyer with Joe Milton. But
I can tell you, as far as trading back is concerned, I'm pretty sure if we looked it up, McFresh's would be the last player as far as trades. Yeah, it's definitely not what he's.
yeah.
Well, to your point about he needed to target tight end, I would have been more interested in keeping 102 and seeing if I could package both my seconds and go up to like the 109 or so. I think that's what Bowers ended up going is 109. If I could move up 3 spots, I would even give another second if I had to do that to go get a guy like Brock Bowers over top of Ben Sennett, who I really like. But you have to find a trade partner willing to move back, and that's tough in a 10-man league. Nobody wants to move back from the top.
Nobody wants to move up.
Yeah, well, that's
all
what I'm
the time.
saying. That's what I'm saying. You could maybe pack it. You could get the number 6 and the number 2 next year. Or whatever.
For sure.
Something cool. But he's not that player. I'm not even really that player.
Yeah, you're probably second lowest in trades.
Hey, I tried to say
he's got a ring,
and then you just straight ignored me. But all right.
Hey, what? So you gave him a grade. I'll give him. I hate to give him the lowest grade, but the incomplete work is.
It's tough with incomplete work.
I didn't even think about that.
I'm going with C. I'm going with C on this one.
Can I change my grade?
It's not written down yet.
I don't see it on
That's
there.
true. Yeah, I'm going down to the C plus.
Hmm.
I'll give him
stick
plus
with my
for the
B.
things I like. I don't like
I think he'll take
your
it.
auto. If you're auto
Yeah, I
draft,
think he's
that,
got to be passing.
I'm that high on Malik Neighbors that I think the rest of the draft doesn't even matter. I'm giving you a minimum B. That's where
if
I'm
you're
at
that
with
high
Neighbors.
on Malik Neighbors, you probably are high.
Dude, I think-
Yeah, we have the oldest
That is
team in
good
the league
value.
by far
Yes.
picking here, and they didn't have their first round pick, which is a little tough.
Yeah.
But Brian Thomas at the 203 is one of my favorite picks in the draft. I mean, that is a high upside receiver, and I feel like in a 10-man league, that's what you need to target. Like, just massive upside, because I feel like the floor that you have to reach as a player to be good enough to be an every week starter is very high. Like, at this point, guys like Tyler Lockett aren't going to cut it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to that's not going to make it
Yeah.
in your lineup anymore. So you need to go high upside. I don't like the Rattler pick.
Yeah.
I'm pretty high on Garendo.
Yeah.
Uh,
no.
And the tight end situation in Tampa isn't something that I personally want any part of.
I think he went to the Texans.
Oh, he did go. Yeah. Sorry.
I was gonna say
What's
that.
up,
I'm pretty
brother?
sure they already
What's
have.
up, brother?
Dude, I said they already have a Kate Stover in. Pretty sure in Tampa Bay.
Man, that's why I said I thought he was driving. They have somebody with this.
Oh, okay.
Kate,
Well,
yeah, he's a
okay. What do we
stud.
split
He's a
hairs
stud.
here?
I actually like Kate. Neither of these guys matter. I mean,
What is
come on.
going on here?
No, I love Garendo in San Francisco. So Thomas and Garendo are definitely my two favorite picks there. I'll go with a C.
See?
Yep, I think with that old of a team, I would have done anything to get off of some of my older guys and into the first and just smack the board with a couple different receivers here.
Yeah.
But for what he had, I'm okay with it. C, it's about average.
Yeah.
He kind of locked into Brian Thomas. I'm not even a big Brian Thomas fan.
Right.
Yeah, that's the LSU one, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, him and Neighbors
It
are both
just
in
seems
LSU.
mad. He was, I don't know. Anyway, that's not that it matters, but he got a good value there. I never heard of any of these other guys, so but just for the 2.3, I'll give him a B. I'm going with B for him.
Smack me right in the face. What'd you give him, a C?
C, I want to see.
I'm gonna keep it even then. I was gonna give him a D plus because you did get some good value with Brian Thomas.
Right.
The other guys, I don't think anybody likes. So, unfortunately, in college you're failing, but
Hey, how's he failing?
because
There's room for extra credits. John, if you want to send me Tyreek Hill,
mm
you can get
Yeah.
all kinds of different
Yes,
stuff
sir.
back in return.
Yes, sir.
So just throwing that out there.
I will not take Raheem Mostert, but I don't even know who else you got. Anybody past the age of 30, which is most of your team, I don't really want. But we can talk about it later. But I'm giving you a D. Just keeping it even.
Yep.
I mean, overall, you passed. It's a C.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a C.
that's
That's a C overall grade. That's fine. You can't ask for much more than that with just that.
But yeah, I don't like the Garendo guy. Stover's third string. Spencer Rattler, he got benched in college. You know,
Yeah, I'm out on the Raptors.
Hey, so did Jalen Hurts, so you better stop with that.
yeah.
That's true.
Well, he didn't get benched and then still won or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he
Awesome.
won on the bench. Oh, you mean when he went to?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, when he went to when he
Okay.
went to the who's Spencer Rattler from? Was he from Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird reference.
It is a weird
Okay.
reference.
Next one, Tawana Donkeys.
The reference was because you love Jalen Hurts. That's why. I
I
said.
never said I love the man.
Do you have his jersey or not?
I have a lot of jerseys.
Yes or no, Jake?
Classic.
It's a yes or no question.
So Tawana Donkeys.
This is my guy. I mean, every year he always has such an exciting draft. I just like looking at his picks because he's always hammering these first rounders, man. We got Jaden Daniels. Obviously, that's my guy. Romo Dunze, that's another one of my guys. I'm huge on him. I'm not a Brock Bowers guy, but yeah, I mean, at the 109, that's fine. Keon Coleman at the 2-4. That's the best pick of the draft because all he has to do is go trade him to Joey for whatever the hell he wants. Whatever he
Very
wants.
smart pick.
I was at the 206 and I was like, oh man, Keon Coleman and Lad McConkey here. I got options. And then it went bink, bink, and I was like, no. But yeah, I mean, even this draft is killer. Like, I don't even need to talk about the bottom half really with guys like Bucky Irving and Audric Estime. But just the top 4 picks gives me an A. That's a straightaway A. It's the best draft we've seen so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hate to hop on the bandwagon again, but really looking at it, you didn't miss with your first rounders. You didn't miss with Keon Coleman for value there. Adonai Mitchell, a lot of upside with him. Bucky Irving, a lot of upside. Aldrich, I don't even know his last name, how to say it, but another guy where they got like a weird situation in Denver.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an A+. I think I'm just gonna give it an
it's
A+.
Not only does he have so many picks just by volume.
Yeah.
Every pick was of good value.
Yeah.
I might lift mine up to an A+ because of a little bit of just dynasty theory here. He targeted guys the way I would as well. Like, I want the quarterbacks and receivers early, and I'll take my shots on running back late.
Okay.
His first 3 rounds, he pounded quarterbacks, receivers, grabbed the top tight end in the draft class, and then just a couple shots on running backs who can make 53-man rosters and somehow get valuable later on. That's perfect. That's an A+.
Well,
I'll go.
I wouldn't go off of Nate's like philosophies and fantasy football, but I mean, to each their own.
But he knows most of these guys a lot more than we do. So you're gonna sit here.
Just because I know him doesn't mean I know shit. Though.
I do know Audric Destiny.
Yeah, dude, he's a big boy.
I like the guy. I picked him up in the Spudge League. I was watching him. He's kind of slow, right?
He passes the eye test, but he did run the slowest 40 of any running back in the last like 3 years.
I say Zach Moss. Zach Moss had a slow 40, but he's still.
You can be slow and good at football.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Yep.
Is that for football? Especially for running back, having that acceleration is important.
He's the opposite of the guy that we saw on the last team, Garendo. Garendo broke like the RAS charts. He's the most athletic running back they've ever tested. And this guy's the opposite. He passes the eye test. He looks good at football. But as far as athletic testing goes, he did not pass with flying colors.
All right, I'm going with A- just because.
Just because. Sounds good.
He's got to stay kind of humble.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, he could try winning some
He
games.
even being humble today.
I mean, not everybody needs to let stuff go to their head and be all putting on airs and having all this.
Everybody would be better off if they were a little more humble.
Yeah, more fanny packs, more humbleness, less big heads. Okay.
You got the biggest head out of anybody, but
Yeah, speaking of big
that's
heads,
just that's
That is
physiological.
yeah.
That's not.
They don't call me Pumpkinhead for no reason.
Oh, here we go. Speaking of that,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Pumpkinhead, no first round pick this year.
Mm-hmm.
What was that about? What'd you do with that?
Sam Laporta.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I take him at probably like the 103, 104 in this class after the year he just had. So yeah, Lad McConkey is a stud. I mean, I'm just gonna say it as far as what I think about him as a player. I think that guy is going to be so good at football for a long time. Roman Wilson, I'm not in love with him, but he has every shot in the world to be the number 2 this year. It's
worth.
Yeah, for what's
I keep
that's
saying
worth. Yep. Yeah, I mean, we just touched on guys like Tyler Lockett where it doesn't really matter anymore. Yeah, Jordan Travis. I mean, I like taking a shot in that specific quarterback room.
Almost like a Jordan Love, another Jordan that sat behind Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, I like the way you're going with this here. Hype it up a little bit.
Just saying.
Yeah, and then Will Shipley, you got to get your own guy.
Yeah, well, I have Saquon too.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, you got your handcuff. I'll go with a C+ on this draft. I love Lad, but after that, it's just fine.
Yeah.
But it is tough when you have no first round pick.
When you're not having a first round pick, how can you stack up with guys like Frush where he's getting?
Yeah, where he's just hammering 3 studs all over. So
yeah, mm-hmm.
Hard to have a great draft, but with what you had, I like it.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll go C.
C.
Yeah, I never heard of Jordan Travis. Will Shipley is meh. I mean, he is a handcuff. Hopefully.
Well, a lot of people got him as a Danny Woodhead type of guy.
Yeah. A lot of guys in the Philly sphere.
Punt, so he's going to be taking punt returns.
Maybe for a couple of years.
And I do like Lad McConkey, so that's why I gave you
McConkey.
McConkey.
McConkey. That's my guy.
I like Joshua Palmer a little better, but I do like Lad.
I wouldn't expect,
especially at 2.5.
I wouldn't expect really any wide receiver to just come in
and
second round
dominate.
wide receiver be like the number 1.
But yeah, getting a guy in a receiver room that open at the 2.5,
Yeah.
I mean, you just take that. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself a J for Jacob likes it. I like this.
Jacob
draft.
likes it.
I like all these players. These are guys that I like personally.
Give you a
Whether
check mark.
Whether it's I don't care how it happens. I'm just saying I can't say it's because to me it's an A+ because these are the guys that I want.
Right, this is who you picked.
Yeah.
It's an A+. I nailed it.
But like with the other draft, I didn't want Xavier Leggett.
Yeah.
So I didn't even really want Roma Dunze. So like I can't even give myself a J for that draft. I like these players, I like where they're at. I like these are my players. So I'm giving it a J.
That's fair.
I was really hoping somebody would give me an A, and then somebody else would give me a C, so I could have been JC.
Initials.
But,
You can change-
you know what? Thanks,
you wanna
guys.
change it?
Yep. No, I don't.
Sure. So,
I like where I'm at.
JCC. Could even gave me a B and a C, and then I could have been
All
Cobb.
right, I'll change
Well, if
it.
you had a little
I'll
better
give you-
draft,
I'll give you that. I'll give you- change it to an A.
Thank you.
I don't want to rob you of that.
all right. Well, now we got one of the scarier teams in the league when you look at their lineup.
Oh, this-
Clintonville.
Looking at this
Tough
list,
looking lineup.
super scary.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I don't agree with that, but yeah, he does have a good team.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Yeah, his actual
Yeah,
team is
yeah.
great. This team is not what I'm looking for.
We're drafting grades for the draft, not for the teams.
Well, I got to give him his props before I shit on the draft.
Yeah, that's fair.
I like Luke McCaffrey, but at the same time, you're probably getting the third receiver in Washington at best.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see how that plays out long term. I do like him, but it is the third round as well, so I don't think he's expecting any of these guys to do anything.
Mhm.
I like Braylon Allen. I'm a big Wisconsin fan. He's the youngest running back in the class. This guy's not even 20 years old yet.
On the Jets.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, real big guy, Derrick Henry type runner. Not Derrick Henry, obviously, but Devontae Walker in Baltimore. I mean, everybody every year says, I'm going to take a shot on these Baltimore guys because nobody ever knows who's anybody there. He's pretty much just Zay Flowers, in my opinion, and then I don't know who the
Well,
two
what
is.
I'm going to say is don't go for a Baltimore receiver.
That's a fair take as well. I feel like Zay Flowers is the first one to actually prove anything.
Yeah.
So, and then Malik Washington. I'll take any speedster in Miami in the 5th round, whatever. Throw him on my roster. If Waddle or Hill gets hurt and they need some extra manufactured touches, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's hard to really make yourself look good when you get looking at third.
Yeah, I mean, when you trade away your first,
So,
second round picks, it's going to be tough.
yeah.
I'm going to go with a D+.
Yeah. I feel like I'm giving everybody C's.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I gotta go with you.
Yes.
Oof.
Yes, sir.
Banger.
I'm
might
going
be
to
a-
give this a U for unsatisfactory and unfun.
Unfun.
That
That
you're
is not
drafting at 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 5. It's not fun. So like you might as well just let the thing just draft some players and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Well,
Unsatisfactory
I-
because this is a draft. I like great team. Like obviously this is not a reflection on how you're going to do in the year, but unsatisfactory for what you should be drafting. So
Yeah. I will say, just running it back leaves you behind in the long run.
Yeah.
Like just running, like he's basically just running it back with his team from last year at this point. I think he made a trade pretty early in the season. He traded, or early in the offseason, he traded Eckler away.
okay.
But other than that,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the only move he's made.
Yeah, unfortunately, I kind of got to agree with that. I was running it back from the 1 year,
Yeah.
and my team's kind of falling apart. So.
Yeah, I mean, you just get it like hit with a couple injuries, and you're like, oh man, I didn't have that first and second round pick this year to hopefully give me a little upside if that happened. But
Yeah. Jake Scully.
Jake Scully.
I don't. It's not Jake Scully. It's Jake Sully.
That's
the
what I
way
call
it's spelled. Oh, okay.
He can call him whatever he wants, right?
That's true. Yeah, but like whenever I say somebody's
Michael
name,
Penix.
yeah,
Well, you let the comments decide whether people like Michael Penix or Michael Penix.
nobody's commenting.
I go by what Michael Penix wants to be called, and I'm pretty sure it's Penix.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Penix, way funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with just being the funny guys. I mean,
Big Michael Penix.
but yeah, so JJ McCarthy, Ricky Pearsall, old Big Penix, and Tyrone Tracy. I really like this guy.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I think Penix at 210 is pretty solid, especially in this league. I feel like once you get to the 210, you're already looking at taxi squad guys anyways.
Yeah.
So if you can take a guy who has the kind of upside to be worth multiple first round picks in a couple of years
Yeah.
at that spot, that's in this league. I really like that. I'm also a big Pearsall guy. I mean, we touched on it during the news. I think he's a good guy to get at a value if you can right now. And I think the 2.7's a pretty fine value. Yeah, McCarthy, I'm okay with. And Tyrone Tracy has been taking some snaps for the Giants with the first team. So at the 3.8, I'm cool with that too. I give that a solid B.
B.
Yep, I'll give that a B.
Well,
For bussin'.
That's
Bussin'.
what it stands for.
Yes. Not just your average B. That's a bussin'.
Bussin'.
Okay, so JJ McCarthy. Actually, Bo Nix is better than JJ McCarthy because Sean Payton. played
Because you
games-
drafted him?
No, Sean Payton was playing games and tricked the Minnesota into taking. So, Xavier Leggett is way better than Ricky Pearsall too.
These are all guys that he drafted.
and I was kind of
Are
hoping
you
to
having
get.
a personal
I was
competition?
kind of hoping to have Michael Penix myself at the first pick of the third round.
Oh, you were close.
And so
Got sniped.
I'm giving him.
So he's
That's
mad.
the name of this board here. Getting sniped. So
Well,
he's getting an F.
That's a tough.
Yeah.
Josh is getting an F.
Yeah, and you know what? I think the biggest reason is because Josh commented last week saying that
What? What?
the
We're not
reindeer,
allowed
the
to.
reindeer guy.
We're not allowed
can't
to
be
say it.
mentioned.
Don't say it.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I almost said it. I didn't. But
Hey, I saw you cut him.
you cut my.
The guy we're talking about? Yeah, the reindeer guy? Yeah, he cut him right after the draft. He who shall not be named.
I don't know. I really I like a lot of these guys, and I think Tyrone Tracy has the biggest upside for a lot of these running backs that you're drafting later in the rounds. Michael Penix and Josh has a lot of quarterbacks. He has a lot of quarterbacks, and I talked to him about it, and he said, yeah, like these guys are just good value. So like whether they do good or not, or well, whatever, he can trade him. He can move him.
Drafting for value, you really can't go wrong.
Yeah.
As long as you're willing to make trades later, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a A minus because I don't think any of these guys are really like high name guys, high tier like really good guys. But maybe you can't really do that with the 7th pick.
I think a lot of them were just the right pick.
Yeah,
When you got to them, that was the right pick to make. Even with whatever you have on your roster already, those were the right
and also
picks.
like Pearsall because I put him it was a tough decision for him or McConkey for me. So and being that late in the draft, 2.5, 2.7, that's a good value. Yeah.
Whew.
Here's the big one. Here's the big one.
I'll let you guys talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
So Marvin Harrison, I think what was more impressive than the actual draft is the moves that you made to get all these picks. As for 1-1 and 1-3, really the top two guys for me, Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison need to go 1 and 2 for me. As for the other guys, I don't know them. Like after Blake Corum, I don't really know these guys at all. There's a lot of, like 4th and 5th round, they're all flyers. So who really cares? These guys aren't like, oh, I know this guy, he's going to be really good. I mean, yeah, I guess you do know that, but I don't really like Blake Corum. I'm not really high on him. I think he's a good running back. So I got to go B plus. You did really good getting Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison. So B plus, and now the other guys, dude, if they hit, dude, it's gonna be insane.
He's got the only 2 picks that you have that were yours were 4 and 5.
Yep.
4th and 5th round. It's like somebody else's pick.
Take them. I don't need them. I'll get everybody else's. I don't need my picks.
Yeah.
So I can't really add too much to what Jacob said. I do like Jermaine Burton. That's it's a very good value.
Yeah, I was happy with
4th
that.
pick, fourth round definitely. But like Jacob said, 1 and 3 with Marvin Harrison and Caleb Williams.
Yeah. So this draft for me was
You walked at 4 o'clock. You did not have Marvin Harrison and Caleb Williams.
no.
And
I was like, man, I guess I'll probably just take Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
whatever
right?
makes it to the
So-
8, but
yeah.
it worked out. I'll say this, for this draft for me was all about getting guys that I didn't have shares of in any of my other leagues.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't have, besides for Ray Davis, I don't have a share of any of these guys anywhere else, and I was very happy with how it worked out. Obviously, Marvin Harrison and Caleb Williams, studs.
Yeah.
Like, as far as value goes right now. I was super happy with that. And this kind of goes back to where you took Marshawn Lloyd. I think he could have been taken at the 2-6. Like, him and Blake Corum are the same kind of thing to me. It's just, you're just taking a backup running back who got drafted in the 3rd round.
I didn't even know who that was when I took him.
Exactly. So I think you killed me value-wise there.
Yeah.
I just like Corum. I like getting pieces of the Rams.
Yeah.
If you have a running back and they're on the Rams, we saw
So much
Darryl
like
Washington
Rams.
come out of nowhere last year after Kyron went down, and he had 3 straight double-digit weeks.
Henderson.
Darryl Henderson. Yes, sorry. Thank you. Came out of nowhere and did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't need to touch on many of the 4th round guys. They're all flyers like everybody else's. I'm just going to give myself a fire emoji for my grade. If you just slide that right in there, I like that a lot.
Did I give him a grade?
No, you didn't.
I'm going with A.
I'll take an A. I like that.
Yeah.
A minus fire emoji.
Penn State Bills.
Ooh. Can I start?
Yes, I'd love for you to start on this one.
I really want to give him a bunch of different letters.
That's what I'm thinking about letters too here.
I'm just gonna go F. Just F. I want to go unsatisfactory. I want to go all these different letters. Just F. I don't like any of these guys, and you had no picks, and they're all the picks that you had. They're all late.
Yeah.
Even if, I just don't see a lot of any upside near the end of these guys.
Do you think? Is there a part of you that just feels better about the teams that are really good? You just want to give them an F.
No,
Yeah,
because I will
Joey's team is really good.
Yeah, no, for
That's
sure.
a good team.
Well, I will say I will be all about like you have a really good team.
Yeah, it's just like Clintonville.
Clintonville, really good teams. You don't even need a draft.
Yeah.
But we're drafting grades or we're grading draft.
Yep.
So we're grading the draft. Yeah, F.
Something that's funny to me that I noticed about this, just looking at them in order here, he drafted them in opposite order of the way they were drafted. So Vidal went undrafted. Brendan Rice was a 6th rounder, and McMillan was 3rd or 4th round. So just kind of funny how that worked out. But anytime you get somebody with the father-son connection, you got to go in there. That's Jerry Rice's son. I mean,
Okay.
that's the GOAT, right? I mean, that's the best receiver to ever do it.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an upside. Still flyer F.
Yeah, I'm going to go with an I. That's incomplete.
Incomplete.
You didn't finish the draft because there's a half of a draft class there. So
Well, I never heard of any of these guys, so I'm just going to give a question mark. I never heard of any of them, so I'm not in.
I think 5'9" for Jalen McMillan is one of the best values in the 5th round for sure. He could have went in the middle of the 4th, and I would have been okay with it.
It kind of fits because you gave him an I gave him an F, you gave him a question mark. It's kind of like what if?
What if?
What if? You know what? That's fair.
Yep.
What
if it does work? What if it does? And I'm an idiot.
Trading for some of these rookies after.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, I will say that he's definitely not shy about going and getting guys he wants. So Keon Coleman will be on this team soon, I'm sure.
Hey, father-son connection again.
Point at him. No,
I was pointing at the screen, but
okay.
Where is the screen in reference to?
You got to point at the camera.
I like it like that.
Okay.
This is our reigning champ, right? This is Brady.
Yeah, screw Brady.
Yeah, I didn't really appreciate the 90 points you dropped on me with McCaffrey and Brees Hall in the semifinals last year, but shit happens, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, adding Xavier Worthy to that roster, I mean, we talked about drafting the higher upside guys. You take the fastest 40-yard dash ever and put him on Pat Mahomes' offense. It's high upside. I like it.
Troy Franklin?
Definitely.
He's on
In Denver, yep. Yeah, I think that's a good flyer too at the 310. I mean,
Oh,
besides for Cortland. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, going down to the 310, Troy Franklin in Denver. I don't know who is going to be the number 2 receiver there after Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
Honestly. And last year, it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, it was Jerry Jeudy, I guess, technically. And if you had to start Jerry Jeudy, you were in trouble. Like, you were pissed. It was not good.
Something to be said, too, for Sean Payton bringing his own guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other two guys, everybody else has been there before. This could be a guy that he trains in his system.
Marvin Mims was.
Yeah, I forgot about Marvin Mims. Yeah, they drafted him last year.
And that was him who drafted him. I wouldn't go on that. Just don't listen to that guy. I like for winning the league and then adding these players. I really like it. I think Xavier Worthy has a lot of upside. Troy Franklin's going to see the field. Theo Johnson's probably going to see the field too. Frank Gore, I love Frank Gore, like senior. So, I mean, it's a flyer.
Yep.
Literally, what is the last pick of the draft called?
Yep.
Mr. Irrelevant. So, if we can get another Brock Purdy reference in there for Frank Gore Jr., that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'm going to go with the... I'm hovering between a B- and C+. Coin flip, it's a B-.
He's pretty close to McFresh's, too, with having all his same picks.
Yeah, that is boring. Yeah, I'll go C+, because that's boring. I don't like that.
I respect it. It's like a...
I don't respect guys who don't make trades with me.
I'm going
no
with
respect.
I'm going with a B. I like Xavier Worthy. That, like you said, high upside pick
For sure.
Could Could be great, it could be nothing, but that's what you're looking for in fantasy. So
Yep,
Frank
absolutely.
Gore too, like you said, Thanos. He's everybody loves him. I never heard of him.
Thanos.
Thanos. That's what people call him. Thanos.
Oh, I didn't
He's
know
inevitable.
that. Okay.
You can't stop Frank
Is
Gore.
that where it comes from?
I don't know,
Inevitable.
but that's the first thing that
I
came
thought
to
it was
my
because
head.
that's what he looked like.
That's messed up.
Oh,
You can't be that ugly. That's a tough.
did
It's
you
a
give him a
tough.
grade already?
No, I didn't. It's a tough grade.
I think this is the toughest draft to grade so far,
Yeah, I just.
and ending with a hard one.
Yeah, I feel like the picks that he made were all there. So I mean, I feel for me it's all there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go as much as Nate's gonna hate it. I'm gonna go A-.
Whew.
Because you didn't. Well, that's just you gave him a bad grade because you didn't like that he doesn't trade. And I'm that guy. I don't trade a lot, so
That's fair.
A-. I like the guys. So the guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, 310. I put him almost like at the same place as Lad McConkey.
Yeah, I will say this: going into the combine, people had Troy Franklin as like a potential first-round NFL draft pick, like just based off of his film and stuff. People loved him, and he didn't have a great combine,
Okay.
and that kind of tanked his
So,
draft stock a little bit. Yeah,
Dude, can he play football or can he not play football?
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't the Olympics.
right.
On track.
Did Devontae Adams have a good combine?
I don't remember his combine. He had an
I bet
awful
you- I bet you-
rookie year. Awful. He led the entire NFL in drops. I'm pretty sure his rookie year. Like he was just not good as a rookie, and people wrote him off. And then obviously
I
everybody
just
was
imagine
wrong.
he like him. He probably didn't have a good combine. But
Yeah.
obviously the dude's a
It wasn't
star.
remarkable. I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys who just you don't need to be the most athletic guy on the field to win, and plenty of guys are outliers and do that on their own without it. So taking a guy like that at 310 who does have good pedigree, I like that.
pedigree, like the dog food brand.
Yeah, because I mean, this team is dog food.
Dog.
Coming for that championship this
Well,
year.
he's got one person on his team. That's all he needs, evidently. And that's
I mean, if you have Christian McCaffrey,
screwed.
dude, it's tough. Like you see Christian McCaffrey in their lineup, and you were just instantly like, all week. What's he gonna do? How many points is he scoring on me in the first quarter?
I think last year I dropped a 200 bomb. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I got this.
Easy.
Christian McCaffrey, 50 points. He dropped like 200, 210. I
Yeah.
got 206. I'm like, screw you.
It's rough. It's not what you're looking for.
Yeah. Let's just kick him from the league.
He
I
did
like
tank.
He did
That's why we
tank.
got the tank.
We got the new
rules.
rules. Yeah. I really don't want to give him an A anymore. And you
It's
just
really
say,
weird.
well, I'm on a boat. Like, we don't care. I'm in a house. Like,
We're in a
what's that
club.
mean? Yeah, like, we're in a closet.
Very big closet.
It's a big club. Yeah, it's got a window. It's
Like-
all right.
Okay, we're just pointing out random things. Like, I'm Jacob. I don't know. Screw him.
You ever
Screw
seen
you, Brady.
you seen that video of the person who eats like this French chef's food or something, and it's like, oh, it's almost like this, and then he was like very insulted. And he's like, my grandmother had wheels; she would have been a bike. Like, I thought we were just saying random shit. Like that's not what my food is.
It's really good.
I'm glad he made it back from the boat though.
Yep.
Because
Gotta have our champ back.
Yeah.
I need
A
redemption.
boating accident is not fair.
Not ideal.
Yeah.
Would have to find someone to take the team and
Yeah.
this whole thing.
And you know what? I didn't get the money from everybody before we did the draft. Well, that's
Wow.
just not a typical
Pay up.
thing.
Well, we already Brady already paid.
Yeah, he did.
And
I
so
paid
did
too.
Joey.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah, because you.
I just didn't take any of my.
Yeah, I
money.
did too.
Hey, what?
I actually paid in advance for like the next 6 years. I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
I might have done that.
okay.
You'll have to go back
Guys,
and
this
check your
announcement.
invoices.
Everybody besides Joey, Nate. Who was the other guy?
We'll get it
Who's the other
together.
guy?
Like,
Brady.
it's way better than
Joey.
to make him watch a 30-minute video about the stupid draft grade.
Pay your bills.
Pay your bills.
We want some money, Lebowski.
Rent is due. Almost
Are
the end of
we
the
ready
month.
to play basketball?
We're ready to go ball out.
Dude, let's freaking go.
Dude,
Can we bring back the pick out an outro song though?
oh,
That was fun when we did that.
Pick an outro song.
Yeah.
I think we got to go
You
something.
get, who said you get to pick though?
Well, we're going
Well,
to play
if he-
basketball.
yeah,
I
if he's
thought we
getting
could
one
all
off the
agree-
top,
I thought
I
we
got
all
this.
could agree with something.
Okay, you can pick.
basketball.
You can pick first.
Like maybe what's it? Is it Space Jam where And they're like,
Oh yeah, that's a banger. That is.
we're about to go play some basketball. It's gonna be
Little basketball outro on the fantasy football podcast.
I would be much cooler with the Space Jam. This is Space Jam song.
I
I
watched
don't know what
Space
the
Jam
theme is.
once, I think.
We're gonna play something Space Jam or basketball related.
Space Jam.
Roll it right
Everybody
now,
Everybody be
RJ.
quiet. Copper's gonna sing.
No, I'm not.
And then I'll just look out.
Listen, we should definitely record like versions of like songs of us singing things.
We should not.
CBS